You may have seen news headlines of digital nomads living around the world in exotic locations on just $1,000 or $2,000 per month. And you might have thought to yourself, is this even possible? Well, I've been a digital nomad for 15 years, and in this video, I'm going to share with you 10 places where you can live cheap, that also have good internet, a strong community, and come highly rated by other digital nomads. And I'm sure there's at least a few places on this list that you haven't thought of before or that you haven't been to yet. So let's get started. There might be a few airplanes flying over me, but that just adds to the character of the video. If you see yourself living in Mexico for a while, but you want to avoid the touristy areas of Puerto Vallarta, Playa del Carmen, or Tulum, consider Oaxaca, a city of culture and tradition which has become something of a digital nomad hotspot over the years, with a low cost of living, fast internet, and a cultural historic center teeming with bars, restaurants, art galleries, and more, including gyms, yoga studios, and plenty of outdoor markets like the Mercado de la Merced or Central de Abastos. If you travel to Oaxaca, you can visit the ruins of Monte Alban that has a 360-degree viewing platform, or head to Santiago Matatlan, the capital of Mezcal, or even travel to nearby Puerto Escondido for some beach time. Beyond digital nomads, Oaxaca also has a strong expat community. One way to meet people is through the local Facebook group for expats and digital nomads that also has a lot of in-person events. When looking for housing in Oaxaca, Centro is the place to be, which is also a UNESCO World Heritage Site where you can be surrounded by historical buildings and also hundreds of bars and restaurants. In Oaxaca Centro, you can also find a lot of international co-living and co-working spaces like Outside and Selena, but there are also a lot of local options as well, such as Convivio, which has internet speeds of 200 megabits per second. There's also Centrico Cowork and Casa Bastia. You can also work from home, of course, where a local cable Telmex package with 150 megabits per second speed is only $27 per month, or you can pick up a local SIM card through Telcel with data for about $15 or $20 per month. But when you are renting anywhere in the world, make sure to check with your landlord for what the speed is first and ask them for a screenshot of the speed test just so you can confirm in advance. If you're looking for short-term housing on Airbnb, you can expect to find prices to rent a room in a shared apartment for $200 or $300 a month. But if you want a studio or a one-bedroom to yourself, that could run you around $300 to $500 per month. And if you want to rent a bigger, nicer house with 2 or 3 bedrooms, anywhere from $500 to $1,500 per month. If you're going to be staying in Oaxaca long-term, such as 6 months or more, then you can find long-term rentals in popular areas like Reforma or the Center for anywhere from 10 to 20,000 Mexican pesos per month. So this is anywhere from around $550 to $800 per month. And if you want to live outside the center, away from all of the tourists and live like a local, then you can find studio and one-bedroom apartments for as low as 5,000 pesos per month or less than $300 US. Oaxaca is very affordable if you want to cook at home, and 2 people can live on a budget of about 1,000 pesos per week or $50 US. The price of services is also low, so you can have a maid come and clean for around $20 or $25 a day. And to get around town, you can take a local taxi, which will run you about 50 pesos locally. You can walk, bike, take public transportation, or you can also buy a scooter for around 30,000 pesos. Your monthly cost of living in Oaxaca as a nomad, depending on your budget, your lifestyle, and also how long you're staying there, could be from around $1,000 to $1,800 per month. And as a tourist in Mexico, you can stay with your passport on a tourist visa for up to 180 days, although it is dependent on the immigration agent at the border or airport. Turkey's largest city is an exciting place for nomads, where East meets West and old meets new. Istanbul has a rich history dating back at least 2,500 years, offering plenty of historical sites and neighborhoods to explore. But today, it's also a hub for many startups, co-working spaces, and nomads who want to live with a low cost of living in a central location close to Europe, Asia, Africa, and the Middle East. According to Nomad List, the total monthly cost for an expat or nomad in Istanbul ranges from $900 to $1,800 US per month. You can rent a studio in the center from $3.75 per month, eat a meal out for $3 or $4, and drink Turkish coffee or tea at $1.50 per cup. You can also get 10 gigs of mobile data per month for $5 each. Food is very affordable, and you can get groceries for less than $100 per week or eat out for around 100 to 500 Turkish lira per meal, which comes out to $3 to $15 depending on how nice the meal is. If you go to Istanbul, I also recommend indulging in their health, wellness, and medical tourism space. It's a place where you can get a manicure or pedicure for just $10. You can get really affordable spa services, and it's also known for cosmetic treatments, elective surgeries, and even hair restoration. If you're passionate about history, culture, and food especially, then Istanbul could be the place for you. One of the things I didn't like about it, however, is the traffic. There's a lot of congestion, a lot of gridlock, and one of the first things I noticed there was that taxi and Uber drivers will cancel on you all the time. They'll want to renegotiate the rates and overcharge you, so that can be really frustrating. Getting around, it's much easier to walk or take the public transportation. If you want to get out of this city, however, you have plenty to explore in Turkey as well as the greater region. Within Turkey, you want to make sure to visit places such as Dalaman, Marmaris, and Antalya, as well as nearby Greece, Cyprus, Georgia, and Bulgaria, all affordable destinations with digital nomad communities. As a bonus, Turkey launched a digital nomad visa in 2024, which you can be eligible for with $3,000 in monthly income that's coming from a source outside of Turkey. Depending on where you live in Istanbul, allocate between $500 and $1,000 for housing and another $500 or $1,000 for living expenses. There are two main sides of the city, the European side and the Asian side. Many nomads choose areas such as Beyoğlu and Karaköy. Before we finish our video today, I just need to print something really quickly, but fortunately I have this portable printer here from our sponsor Munbin, and this thing is so cool because if you've ever had to print something before while you were traveling internationally, you know how difficult and annoying and expensive it is to try to go out and find somewhere to print in a foreign country. So I'm just gonna print my to-do list for today because I need to run some errands after this video, and I'll show you how easy it is to use. You can choose if you're printing an image or text. You can also print Excel spreadsheets here. I like to use the best print density setting because that's the darkest one, and then you can also choose if you want to do portrait or landscape. And that's it, just comes right out. And this is the paper roll that is already preloaded in the printer, but they also have regular A4 sheets of paper, so you can print out flat sheets. But for something casual like this that you just need to print quickly to have it on the go, it's really handy. And then you just detach it right there, and there you go. What I really like about it is that you can print from your phone, you can print from your laptop, and as soon as it comes out of the printer, this is a thermal printer, so there's no ink, no smudges, no dirty hands. See, no worries. And if you'd like to check out this printer for yourself, then you can use our link below this video, and thanks again to Munbin for sponsoring this video. Over in South America, a few cities stand out as the best and most affordable places for digital nomads. One of those cities is Buenos Aires, Argentina, and the other is one that you probably won't expect, which is number 4 on our list today. Filled with art, culture, museums, restaurants, and pulsing nightlife, Buenos Aires is truly a cosmopolitan city that's not only affordable, but actively wants digital nomads to live there. Since 2020, Nomads BA has been welcoming digital nomads, startups, and remote workers. They even have a website with all the info you need to get acclimated to life there. In Buenos Aires, you can find some great deals on housing. In the city, it's really common to spend between $500 and $800 per month on a short-term furnished rental, maybe up to $1,000 if you want to get something really nice. But outside the city, especially on long-term rates, you can find houses with 2 or 3 bedrooms and even a pool for around $1,000 per month. If you're going to be in Buenos Aires long-term, then you want to look off Airbnb and check local rental sites such as zonaprop.com.ar. Popular neighborhoods to live within the city include Palermo, Belgrano, Recoleta, and Colegiales. There are also family-friendly areas like Caballito or Villa Crespo. To live a nomadic or expat lifestyle in Buenos Aires, you can expect to pay from $900 to $1,000 per month to start, depending on your housing, but many foreigners live there with a budget of around $1,500 or $2,000 US per month. Although I did find a girl online who found this house to rent for $250 per month, and she was living there for 6 years. So the longer you stay, the lower you can get your cost of living, but as a nomad moving through for a few weeks or months, you can still keep your costs pretty low. I have a whole separate video specifically on the cost of living in Buenos Aires for digital nomads that you can watch after this video, and I also have one about living in Argentina and getting Argentine citizenship as an American. So make sure to check that one out as well, and also subscribe to my channel if you want more videos like this that give you information and insights about living or traveling abroad as an expat digital nomad or retiree. But if you're looking for a city that has all of the amenities of any other major city like New York or Paris, then definitely check out Buenos Aires. It's a great place if you're looking for a vibrant place to live with lots of energy, lots of bars, restaurants, nightlife, outdoor markets, art galleries. I mean, you could literally never get bored there, and you will actually see people dancing tango in the streets. So it's definitely an experience if you've never been there before. And Buenos Aires tends to be one of those places that digital nomads just keep coming back to over and over again and really try to stay there for at least a few months at a time, especially because you're in the southern hemisphere, a bit farther from some other destinations. Another good thing about living in Buenos Aires is that you're in a good time zone if you're going to be working in North America. A downside of living in Buenos Aires is the traffic, but fortunately taxis and Ubers are pretty cheap, with a local ride around $1 to $5. And when you need a break from the city, you can always travel out into the countryside, into wine country, or down into Patagonia and even Antarctica. Over in Southeast Asia, Vietnam has long been an attractive destination for digital nomads and retirees alike. Da Nang, a coastal city in central Vietnam, has some of the most beautiful beaches in the country. The city is surrounded by picturesque landscapes, including the Marble Mountains, Sumatra Peninsula, and the lush Ba Na Hills, perfect for outdoor activities. I've personally never been to Vietnam yet, but my friend Mitch, who runs the YouTube channel Project Untethered, has spent a lot of time there with his wife, and he told me that they were able to find hotels just a couple blocks from the beach for $20 per night, and that they saw a lot of rental apartments available for around $500 per month. What nomads love about Da Nang, and also the country of Vietnam in general, is definitely the affordable cost of living. Of course, the natural beauty as well, but in some of the bigger cities like Da Nang, you can find a lot of co-working and co-living spaces, and also pretty good-sized digital nomad community. Things that people don't like about it that much is that they say that there's not that much going on when it comes to meetups and nightlife and events. It's more of a place to go and relax, or a place to go and work, save money, and be really productive. And they also report that there's a lot of traffic and also a lot of noise from construction. So some people have said maybe wait a few years until it's more developed and then go check it out. But either way, there's always nomads going in and out. To connect with the expat and nomad community in Da Nang, I recommend using Facebook groups and also sites like Internations and Nomad List. Overall, people say that it's pretty easy to make friends there. It's also safe, it's good for solo female travelers, and it's also easy to do business there as well. Da Nang also makes a great place to explore other destinations within Vietnam, such as Hanoi, Ho Chi Minh City, or Hoi An. The average cost of living in Da Nang for an expat or nomad is currently $864 to $1,125 per month. Are you looking for a destination filled with ancient history, temples, cultural monuments, festivals, and good food? 75% of members on Nomad list liked living in Delhi, India for the affordable cost of living, fast internet speeds, friendly locals, and general feeling of safety. It's also somewhere that many people speak English and the internet is solid, with average download speeds of 88 to 121 megabits per second. In Delhi, you can rent an apartment with 150 megabits per second internet from $200 to $500 per month on Airbnb, so just imagine how much lower it could be if you book directly with the locals. But if you want to work out and about, there are more than 200 co-working spaces in Delhi, or you can move into one of the many co-living spaces there with rates that start from just $160 per month. The average cost of living for a local here can be below $400 per month, but for a nomad, you can expect it to cost around $750 to $1,250 per month. On the downsides, people did have some complaints about the hot weather, and they said it wasn't the best environment for foreign women as well as members of the LGBTQIA community. Some nomads have described it as loud, dirty, and chaotic, but that's to be expected when you have about 11 million people living in the center. But in general, India is a great place to go if you're looking for a lot of culture, colorful festivals, flavorful food, ancient culture, and history, coupled with solid internet and a low cost of living. It's also an alternative to Southeast Asian destinations like Thailand, Vietnam, and Cambodia. And if you get itchy feet and you want to get out of the city for a while, you can find a one-way flight from Delhi to Goa for as low as $63. The best time to visit Delhi is from October to March, when the weather is cool and you can participate in cultural festivals like Diwali. You may have heard a lot about Kuala Lumpur as a digital nomad and expat destination, but Penang is actually a more affordable choice. Penang is an island off the northwest coast of Malaysia with an average cost of living between about $700 and $1,000 per month versus close to $1,300 per month in KL. Known for its exotic beaches, colonial architecture, lively night markets, street art shopping, and for having the only spice garden in Southeast Asia, Penang draws a lot of local and international tourists each year. It's also the foodie capital of the country. You can rent a room in Penang starting from $200 or $300 per month, or a furnished short-term Airbnb from $500 to $800 per month. But if you're staying long-term, you can definitely get your rental rates lower. Malaysia also offers a digital nomad visa now that gives you up to 12 months to stay there, also with the option to renew. As far as monthly expenses go, utilities are usually going to be included in your rent if you're renting short term, but you can expect to budget around $10 or $20 for mobile data per month, depending on how much you're consuming, and maybe $150 per month to rent a moped to get around. Penang is very safe with a high quality of life, a low cost of living, and also it's in a really good location to be able to get around the region. But what people don't like so much about it is that it can be hot there year-round. It also has a smaller expat community compared to Kuala Lumpur because it is a smaller area, so less things to do in general. And also the internet can be kind of slow depending on where you're staying, but fortunately there are some co-working spaces that have faster speeds, so you're going to want to check those out. You can get a co-working membership there with a hot desk as low as $60 or $70 per month, or you can even get a private office from $300 per month, which can be less than neighboring countries like Thailand or the Philippines. Now, you might think that the best place to go in Colombia for digital nomads would be Medellin, but prices there have definitely gone up in recent years, and now digital nomads are turning their focus to Bogota, where you can get a lower cost of living, but all of the same amenities and more. In fact, 83% of nomads like it there due to its affordability, community, and also solid internet, although people don't really love The cold temperatures, especially in the winter, and also safety can be a concern. My friend Mitch, who also has a home base in Colombia, he lives in Cali, but he says that you can save a lot of money by living there or in Bogota, and that the main downside is basically that there isn't as big of an expat or nomad community there compared to Medellin, but on the other hand, that might be exactly what you're looking for. The cost of living in Bogota for nomads is around $650 per month up to $1,100 per month, and it can be even lower in Cali, but depending on where you're living in Medellin, it could be twice as much. With a low cost of living under $1,000 per month, lightning-fast Wi-Fi, and plenty of things to do, Chiang Mai has attracted a long-term and recurring digital nomad community. It's easy to find places to work remotely, housing to share, or affordable apartments in nice buildings. Most nomads live in the Neiman Road area, which is filled with lots of shops, restaurants, and co-working spaces. You can find the Yellow co-working space and also Pun Space. Camp at Maya Mall is also a hotspot, always full of nomads, and you can get a monthly membership at these co-working spaces for $100 to $150 per month. Chiang Mai has been described as a digital nomad's dream, where you can buy street food for less than $1 or buy a used moped between $150 and $350. Chiang Mai is very safe, walkable, and also easy to get around, especially if you have a scooter. But what people don't like as much is that it can be pretty hot there. It can get a bit touristy and crowded, and also it tends to be a seasonal destination because people really don't want to live there during the burning season. Thailand also has a short visa if you're just going to be traveling there on a passport of 30 days, although there are certain ways to renew it. And people also like to apply for study permits or other types of Thai long-term residency permits. They also have a digital nomad visa as well. So there are a lot of options if you do decide you want to live in Thailand long-term. Beyond Chiang Mai, you can fly or take the local train or bus to neighboring destinations such as Laos, Cambodia, and Vietnam. But you don't have to go very far for adventure either. Chiang Mai is surrounded by beautiful mountains and a lot of small remote villages, and there's plenty of things to do, especially if you like outdoor activities, hiking mountains, waterfalls. One of my favorite things that I did there was go to the Elephant Nature Park, which is near Chiang Rai, and there you get to feed the elephants, interact with them, help them bathe in the river, and also just hang out with them, and you get to just spend time with these majestic rescue elephant herds and families, and it was just such a special experience. I recommend it whether you're going to be living there or staying there or just passing through. The overall cost for a nomad in this area comes in at an average of $979 per month, but as usual, this will be highly dependent on where you rent. Fortunately, you can find short-term furnished apartments and studios in Chiang Mai for as little as $300 per month, but an Airbnb could be 3 or 4 times as much depending on where you stay and for how long. The remote beaches of Senggigi, a coastal town on the island of Lombok, have become a popular getaway for digital nomads in recent years due to its unique combination of affordability, natural beauty, and a relaxed lifestyle. If you're looking for a peaceful and tranquil place to live well and work remotely, and you love Bali, but you don't love so much all of the crowds, tourists, traffic, and congestion, then Lombok could be for you. You can take a ferry or even fly from Bali over there, and it takes about 4 to 6 hours, so about a half a day or so of travel, and from there you're just a 15-minute speedboat ride to the beautiful Gili Islands. English is commonly spoken in the tourist areas around here, which isn't so common for a lot of remote parts of Indonesia, and the locals are known to be very friendly and welcoming as well. The weather is generally sunny and warm, but keep in mind that the rainy season lasts from November to March. On the downside, there's not much to do in Lombok, especially compared to Bali. There's a lot smaller digital nomad community. There's a lot less going on. There's less people, but it is a really quiet place if you want to be productive and get some work done without distractions. And the cost of living is lower as well. Now, Bali is definitely an affordable place, but in Lombok, you can even reduce your cost of living more, down to around $865 per month, up to $1,000 per month on average, according to Nomad List. This might not be the best place for you to live forever, as it is so quiet and remote, but could be a great getaway for a month or so to post up, save money, and enjoy some beautiful beaches. There are also waterfalls you can visit and even a blue volcanic lake. The most affordable place on our list today is in a country that I've always wanted to visit. Dahab, a small town on the southeast coast of the Sinai Peninsula, has become a hidden gem for digital nomads seeking to get off the beaten path. It's affordable, it's beautiful, and it also offers a relaxed lifestyle. It's considered one of the safer places to visit in Egypt due to its small size and tight-knit community. According to Nomad List, the average cost of living for an expat or nomad who's staying in Dahab is from $397 to $864 per month. It's pretty easy to find accommodations there, and a lot of people recommend, alongside Airbnb, that you check Facebook groups to get some really good deals where you can find rentals from $100 to $500 per month. A downside to being here, however, is that this is not an area known for having high-speed internet. Wi-Fi can be really slow, unreliable, and hard to come by, especially out in cafes. So this is one of those destinations where you're gonna wanna bring your internet with you with a really strong mobile connection. So you can get a local SIM card, or I'll also link to some options in the description of this video. Dahab is also a great place for world-class diving and snorkeling, especially around the Blue Hole. You can also experience a Bedouin dinner in the desert, a fire show in the mountains, or explore the colored canyon of Sharm el-Sheikh, which is about an hour away. Sharm el-Sheikh also has an international airport with connections to all the major hubs in the Middle East, Africa, Asia, and beyond. So although Dahab may seem remote, it's actually quite accessible. Overall, Dahab is considered an underrated place with beautiful scenery and a chill atmosphere. But the extreme temperatures, slow internet, and cultural differences can be difficult to adjust to. For more ideas of places to live under $1,000 per month, check out these videos next, and make sure to subscribe for more videos like this.